Ooh, let's go Raptors. Let's go Oh, sorry guys. Got a little overexcited there. Tonight, Toronto Raptors could wrap up this NBA final. And I gotta say, we're making history. Regardless, we made history. Canada is on the map in the NBA. But moving on, what is this show all about? This show is about games. I guess the Raptors play a game. Good point. Thank you. I think I'm talking to myself again. But I'm going to show 8 games that I'm going to be adding to my collection that I have been searching for a while. So starting with Game 1. Game 1 is a Sega title. It is basically a safari hunting game called Jambo Safari. And you do everything from animal rescue to... basically your missions are rescuing animals, helping, medic, that type of stuff with the whole animal thing in the wild or in Africa or wherever this case may be. It's a game that I know my kids would have loved, and being a Sega collector for all consoles, it has eluded me, so I finally got this. Now the next game, not quite sought after as much as I enjoyed it as a kid. I enjoyed the series on the Atari and so on, and that is Pitball for the Wii, The Big Adventure. Now, it's a game I've been kind of hemming and hawing. I didn't really see it out in the wild at all, and just recently I did, so I grabbed it. I think it was only like a $5 game or something. I don't even think it's worth more than that, but it was a game that I wanted to try out with the new graphics, and where did they take this whole Pitfall thing? So I think with all the talks now, I think Pitball's coming to the PS4 and the Xbox One and so on. I figured I'd give that a shot. Now this game became sought after only because of a little situation. I own the game, but unfortunately I can't find the disc. So now it could be one of my Xbox 360s. I have yet to find out, but I doubt it. I think it may have been borrowed, but the case stayed here for some weird reason. The disc is missing, so it blows my mind. I thought it was something to do with moving, but no. And that is the Sonic Ultimate Genesis Collection for the Xbox 360. I like this collection. It's got a nice build of different games, and I enjoy that once in a while instead of just throwing on the old console. Now, the only downside to this was I got a Platinum Hits. My other one is not a Platinum Hits. I'm almost tempted to take the disc out and put it in the other one, but then I have a Platinum Hit disc in my other one. Now, I'm a fan of Paul Walker. I loved that guy. I thought his stuff was great. I mean, he wasn't the most amazing actor in the world, but he did a great job at what he did. And his love for cars and so on, and unfortunately, in the end, that's what killed him. Rest in peace, my friend. Not really my friend, but I would like to think so. Moving on, though, I wanted to get the Fast and Furious for the PSP. This game is just one of those things I needed to add to my collection. The Fast and Furious games, apparently there's actually a whole slew of them, and they have eluded me. I've not even seen them out there very often, and I know they're just $1, $2, $5 games, but you gotta find them, and apparently people aren't selling them, or they're holding on to them, I don't know. But I finally got the Fast and Furious for the PSP, which is one of the ones that I wanted, so while I was on the go, I could actually play it. So, I mean, graphics are a little dated, but still a lot of fun. Racing's always fun. Now, a game that I used to play a ton of over at a friend's house was Killer Instinct on the Super NES. I mean, come on. Killer Instinct, I have it on the Xbox One. Man, has it evolved. But this is where it all started, you know? Like, these old graphics, the old fighting, the old style, this is what it was. And this black cartridge, there was something about it. It was one of those games I needed to add to my collection. I needed to do it soon. Maybe I could play this with one of my buddies here, or my brother or something, maybe kick his butt. Yeah, you heard me. Now, another game for the Super NES that has eluded me big time, and it was kind of somewhat out of my price range most times when I did want it. And in the odd time, it was a decent deal, but by the time I got there, it was gone. And that was Super Mario Kart. The Super Mario Kart, of course, you know, kart racer. Everybody knows Super Mario Kart, and if you don't, then you're not a gamer. But it's just, you know, one of those kart racing games that, I mean, this basically started the whole thing. I could argue Yeah, no, it pretty much started the whole thing. The kart racing thing was popular by this Mario Kart racing series. And then, of course, everybody followed from there. But it was a game that I didn't have, believe it or not, in my Super NES collection. It was quite a common game when you think about it, but it can also be a pricey game. So I finally got it at a great deal, and glad to add it to my SNES collection. Second last game, and this time it's still another SNES game, and that is the Kirby Superstar 8 games in 1 cartridge. Now, this wasn't so much sought after for me as it was my children. My kids love the Kirby games, so it was one of those games that I definitely wanted to try and find, but I didn't want to pay that price tag. So it fell into my hands actually from the same lot or same pickup that I did with the Mario Kart and a Killer Instinct. That was one of the reasons why I jumped on this deal and ran after it. It had 3 of the games I was looking to add to my collection in one shot. So I jumped on it, I bought a lot, and I got the game my kids were looking for. Now, this last game. If you're a fan of cartoons, and a fan of specifically Futurama, this game has definitely eluded me. I think I've seen it in a store once or twice, and $200, like seriously? So there's no way. I waited and waited and waited, and finally I got a lot pickup. Futurama was in it. I didn't even know. I just picked up the lot because of a really good deal. It was, I don't know, 30 or so games in the system. So I bought the whole lot because there was actually about 15 games in there I needed to put in my Xbox collection because I'm trying to complete it. And Futurama was in there. Complete mint. So guys, this has been my 8 games that I've been searching for, that have eluded me for a while, and I finally got them. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot more games that I'm searching for and that have eluded me, but this is finally 8 that I get to add to my collection. Guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned to the next episode, and it's been all fun and games.